It was a bright Saturday morning in Oakville, a quiet little town where most people knew each other. The grocery store parking lot was busy, but calm. People pushing carts, chatting, and loading groceries into their trunks. Mrs. Eleanor Brooks, 72 years old, parked her silver car in a handicapped spot near the entrance. She wore a clean beige coat, her hair tied in a neat bun. She walked slowly but proudly. She had a strong, peaceful look about her. She was just about to step onto the sidewalk when a police car pulled up fast behind her. The tires squealed a little. A young officer jumped out, Officer Brad Kinley. He was new to town, fresh out of training, and already had a bit of a reputation. People said he liked to act tough, especially with folks who couldn't push back. "Hey," he barked, walking straight toward Eleanor. "You can't park there. You need a permit." Eleanor blinked and turned calmly. "I have one," she said, pointing to the tag hanging from her rearview mirror. But Officer Kinley didn't even look. "I said move the car," he snapped. "Don't argue with me." Eleanor frowned slightly. "Young man, there's no need to raise your voice." That made him even angrier. People nearby stopped to watch. "Oh, I see how this is," he said loudly. "You think you're special? Just 'cause you're old? That's not how it works anymore." Eleanor stayed still. "I don't think I'm special," she said. "But I do think you're being very unprofessional." Kinley's eyes narrowed. "Step away from the car," he ordered, placing his hand on his belt, right near his holster. "I said step away." People gasped. "Is he serious?" a man whispered. "Why is he going after her like that?" said another. But Eleanor didn't flinch. She stood straight, slowly reached in her coat pocket, and pulled out a small, folded ID. It had a gold seal on it. She opened it and held it up. "Lieutenant Colonel Eleanor Brooks. Retired. United States Army," she said, voice steady. "You're out of line, Officer Kinley." He froze. Her ID was real. Her record? Impeccable. And her name? Known by half the state. "What?" he muttered. "You're military?" 30 years of service," she said. "Combat trained. Taught discipline to men like you before you were even born." Kinley's face went pale. And just then, Chief Daniels, his boss, pulled into the lot. He had seen everything. Chief Daniels stepped out his car, his face already tight with frustration. He walked right past Eleanor and stood in front of Officer Kinley. "Brad," he said, low and sharp, "what do you think you're doing?" Kinley tried to fix his tone. "She parked in a restricted spot. I was just." "She has a tag," Chief said. "And even if she didn't, you don't treat people like that." "But she is a decorated Army veteran. And you had your hand on your weapon? For what exactly?" "For intimidation," Kinley stammered, his mouth opening and closing like he was searching for words. But nothing came out. Eleanor, still holding her ID, watched silently. Chief Daniels turned toward her. "Colonel Brooks, I am deeply sorry. I hope you know this is not how we do things in Oakville." She nodded politely. "I know that, Chief. But this officer? He needs more than an apology." "You're absolutely right," the chief said. People nearby clapped lightly. Some filmed on their phones. Others just looked angry. Chief Daniels looked back at Kinley. "Turn in your badge and gun. You're done." "What?" Kinley's voice cracked. "Done. Effective immediately," the chief repeated. "And if Colonel Brooks wants to press charges for harassment or abuse of authority, we will support it." Eleanor looked Officer Kinley in the eye. "I don't need to press charges," she said. "Losing his badge is enough. Let this be a lesson." Her voice was calm. Not angry. Not cruel. Just strong. Officer Kinley stood frozen, shocked, embarrassed, and silent. And that was the last day he ever wore a uniform in Oakville. The story spread fast. By Monday, everyone in Oakville had heard about what happened at the grocery store. Some folks shared the video online. It got thousands of views. But Eleanor didn't care about all that. She didn't want fame. She just wanted respect, not for herself, but for people like her. People who had served, sacrificed, and earned their place. A few days later, she got a knock at her door. It was a group of kids from the local high school ROTC, holding a bouquet of flowers and a handwritten card. "Thank you for your service, ma'am," one of them said, standing tall. Eleanor smiled. "You're welcome. Just remember to use your strength to protect others, not to scare them." Later that week, the town held a small ceremony at the community center. They gave Eleanor a plaque that read, to Lieutenant Colonel Eleanor Brooks for courage, honor, and reminding us what true strength looks like. She accepted it quietly with a small smile. As she stepped down from the stage, someone in the crowd whispered, "That officer thought she was just a fragile old lady." Someone else answered, "He thought wrong." And just like that, the town learned a powerful truth. Real power doesn't yell. It stands tall, and it always knows when to speak and when to let justice speak for itself.